Senior Advocate, Advocate Rajesh Anna Sahib Tekale, sir. It is my distinct honor to formally introduce Rajesh Anna Sahib Tekale, sir, a senior advocate and accomplished advocate practicing before the Bombay High Court. With over 2 decades of professional experience, he has built a diverse and distinguished practice encompassing civil, criminal, cooperative, banking, revenue, and constitutional matters. He regularly appears on both the original and appellate sides of the High Court, as well as before various trial courts and quasi-judicial authorities. He represents several prominent public authorities, cooperative banks, municipal corporations, and statutory bodies. Notably, he serves as special counsel for the Maharashtra Public Service Commission and for the state of Maharashtra before the High Court. Academically, he holds a Bachelor of Science in Analytical Chemistry and a Bachelor of Laws from Pune University, along with advanced certification in Artificial Intelligence for legal practice, reflecting his commitment in integrating technology with modern advocacy. In addition to his litigation practice, he has actively contributed to professional education by delivering lectures on banking laws, cooperative regulations, surrogacy proceedings, and information technology in banking. We are truly privileged to have such a distinguished professional with us today on Sunday Law Bulletin. Sir, it is my great honor to introduce you. I request everyone to extend a warm virtual welcome to him, and with this, we proceed with the session. So you may now kindly proceed with the session. I'll quickly share the screen, and you may let me know how to navigate.
Yeah. So very good morning, everybody. Today, we are going to discuss artificial intelligence, its impact on a lawyer's field, court, its risk and opportunities available as per the provisions of law. Now, you may understand what is artificial intelligence. The screen sharing, the first slide may be,
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have it first slide only. So we will discuss into this session what is artificial intelligence, what are the core components of artificial intelligence, and how lawyers can use artificial intelligence by giving prompts to the whatever AI tool they are using. Now, before going to the introduction of the artificial intelligence, we should talk about what is the law. So, as per the concept of rule of law, there are 4 basic components which, as per the British jurist A.V. Dicey, the basic principles of 4 basic principles of law, that is that law should be supreme, no third person should be supreme to the law, law should be equal to everybody. There's a second principle. There should be due process, and there should be certainty while law is being executed. So in legal context, due process of law should be followed, equality should be there, and the supremacy of law should be followed by each and everybody. So in artificial intelligence, all these principles are required to be followed. There cannot be any third person who will be superior to the law. Now, what are in the legal context, how AI can impact law in this, apart from basics of law, we will also understand how AI can be used for legal research, how AI can be used for contract analysis, how we can predict the case outcome, or how we can draft the various kind of documents. And as far as trial is concerned, how we can analyze the evidence. So these are the basics AI implementations or AI can be used in lawyers each and every aspect or act, whatever he does in his office, if he is doing research, if he is drafting the documents, if he is presenting the case before the court, or even if he is interacting with the client. So each and every aspect of lawyering, AI can be used. But there are some basic aspects while using the AI which we require to take care of. That there should be accountability. It should not be discriminating. And there should be always a human oversight. It should not create bias against any person. So these are the basic things which we have to take care of while we look into the aspects of utilizing the law. Now, as far as artificial intelligence is concerned, that is already been implemented by the Supreme Court, wherein SUPACE is an application which is used by judges in various high courts and Supreme Courts. Now, we will also look into the basics of the how programming works. Then, recently, Mr. Rahul Gandhi used a term, AI is data is a fuel for AI. So data is the basic thing on which the AI works. Now, as far as lawyers' data is concerned, we have various kinds of legal documents which can be termed as data. There is a personal information, there is a transaction related information, there is a government record. All these are the legal data which can be used by the artificial intelligence. And these documents or the data which can be used for the purpose of processing the or generating the outcome. Now, in civil litigation, we see there are various kinds of documents which are contracts, sale deed in property law. While in criminal law, we see there are CCTV footages, electronic evidence is there, digital communications are there, forensic data is there. So all these criminal side data is also utilized for generating outputs using AI. In corporate law also, there are various agreements, account statements, economic transactions. All these are the data as far as law field is concerned. All these data which have been used for the purpose of civil, criminal, and corporate practice, that can be utilized by the artificial intelligence. Apart from that, court delivers judgments. Now, there are judgments, there are citations. We lawyers have their own arguments, and there are statutory interpretations of law. All these documents act as a data for the purpose of decision in the field of artificial intelligence. So we have seen what is the data from the legal point of view, how the data can be used by the AI, and what are the various kinds of data that are available. Now, what is, we should also understand what is the basics of the programming. Now, if you see in the basics of programming, if anybody is aware of the programming language or not, but printf, printf is a command used in C language, and in that printf hello, if that command is used, then it will print hello on the screen. So that is the basic command which was used in a C language, where you can also have a program in C language, basic program in C language, where age is below 18, then the person is minor. Age is above 18, then the person is major. So these are the basic rules of programming, which were very basic in the initial stage. But the programming language have developed, and the command prompt or the command given for the programming has been now been interpreted as a prompt. Now the programming language itself had developed itself that now they can literally give a command in the human language. Now, what is AI prompt? AI prompt is a command. Now, AI prompt given to a AI tool is a command actually, is a programming command given through the prompt. Now, we utilize the prompt in a human language. As good as we say, please draft me a plaint as per civil procedure code. Now, this is a request. We can understand what we are requesting. But in computer language, this is nothing but a command. This is nothing but a command given to a program. So actually, algorithms are written to process the data, and outcome is generated by the processing of the data. So there is a legal data, there are legal algorithms, and then there is a output. Now we will see what are the basics of the AI. We can have that first slide in respect of basics of the AI.
Yes. So is this fine?
Yeah, I'm not able to see it.
You're not able to see it. Just give me 1 minute, sir. Just a minute, sir. So I hope now it's visible.
Still not visible.
Um,
Yeah.
Now?
Now it is visible.
Okay, okay. Is this the correct slide number?
Yeah, AI. Yes. AI. First slide.
First. Okay. So is this fine? Let
Yeah.
me know. Yes.
Introduction to artificial intelligence. Now we have seen how legal data is there, how basics of the programming we have seen, and various kinds of data from the legal field we have seen. Now, what is artificial intelligence? The term artificial intelligence is coined or is been first used in year 1955 in a Dartmouth conference wherein the term has been invented, and the first time it was used in the international conference. It's called as Dartmouth Conference in year 1955. Now, the word itself gives a meaning where the human intelligence resides in the brain. Now, we are intelligent beings, and when we talk about artificial intelligence, we talk about intelligence which is outside brain. Now, intelligence outside the human brain is created and is been called as an artificial intelligence. Now, as a human being, we learn the thing, we recognize anything, we pursue the thing as a human being. But we have emotions also. We have we have different kind of emotions. But artificial intelligence can learn the thing, pursue the thing, do reasoning, but artificial intelligence doesn't have any kind of emotions. There's a basic difference between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. Now, if we see the artificial intelligence, it works on four basic components. The data which is being given to AI, the core basic components of AI, they are, one is reasoning. The data which is used by the AI is being used for logical reasoning. And once it has been, now how it is used, it is used by a set of programs. When there are a set of programs like a basic program, which I told you, that when age is below 18, the person is minor. If age is above, it is major. So that decision is a reasoning. Now that decision itself is programmed, and therefore computer knows or machine knows that particular person is a major or minor. Now there are multiple layers of programming through which the machine can learn And that is another component which is like a human being. Machine can also learn. Machine can also perceive. As like human being, we perceive things through our senses. There are five senses, and through five senses we perceive things. In AI or in computer language, there is a computer vision wherein images can be the computer can understand images. They can analyze your voice. They can read your text. So that is the third aspect of AI, wherein computer can perceive the thing. The perception of your data, that is text or voice or any image that is there. So it happens through perception. So first is reasoning, second is learning, third is perception, and the fourth and important, which uses first three things, is with the task or the for the purpose of solving the problems. The three aspects of learning, perception, and reasoning are utilized for solving any kind of problem that is been uh, given as a task to the computer. Now, apart from these basic components, these are the what we call basic principles on which the AI functions. Now, AI have various kinds of subsets also. Now, if we see the today's AI, it's called as narrow AI. Now, why it is called as narrow AI? Because as like human being, we can retain memory, we have emotions, we can have multiple tasking. The brain is having multiple things going on in our brain. At the same time, we can do different kind of things. But for AI, it's called a narrow AI because it is expert of a given task. It becomes an expert of a given task. So AI is always inferior to human being. So therefore, it is called as narrow AI. As of today, the AI is in a developmental phase wherein it is called as narrow AI. There are developments going on in the AI field. Like I said, in 1955, the AI concept has been first coined, or the first use of AI term is done in 1955. There are various kinds of development going on in the computer field. Games were developed. We used to play chess, wherein computer used to take decision in respect of which next move is required to be taken. Now that chess programming is itself an artificial intelligence used for generating games. So development went on, but the artificial intelligence boom or blast is there after 2021, because these these programming companies or the developers, like there are major developers are Microsoft and Google. They have their programming languages. They have different programming languages, like there are open programming languages also developed, and the programming itself has been developed into multi-layered programming system, wherein complex set of tasks can be now resolved by the program. And therefore the AI, which has been now after 2021 is been developed, is actually utilizing a big amount of data which is generated by human being. If we see, prior to 2020, before the corona period, or before the this mass lockdown period, the human beings was not so uh, familiar with using the mobile or the computer technology, but because of lockdown and because of the corona, the human beings were to uh, operate from home. They have to. We also uh, conduct a litigation from home. There are various kinds of banking transactions started operating from home. Lectures also started operating from home. And because of the data which has been there, which has been parsed, or it has been utilized for understanding the human behavior as to how the data has been used by the human, And the large amount of data in 2021 was produced by the human interaction with the computer. And behind the door, or there are companies which utilize your behavioral aspect to increase the performance of their programs. So accordingly, that data is being used for generating AI results. Now, if we see, as we understood that this is a narrow AI which has been in place right now, and there are developments going on to have a generative AI where images can be generated or videos can be generated, but that is also at its a basic developmental phase. But uh, the AI will be developed, and there is a risk, or there are people who also predict that AI will take over the human being in the near future, which is termed as a general AI. Now, if we need to understand what are the basics of the AI, we need to understand 4 or 5 concepts of the AI. There, there is a machine learning which is happening, and machine learning happens through different kinds of learning. There is another component or a subset of AI which has been called as natural language processing. Now, natural language processing itself have its own programming types, or they have their own functions. Uh, if we see the first thing which is called as machine learning, in machine learning there are two kinds of learning. That is a supervised learning, wherein result itself can be predicted, and another is unsupervised learning, wherein you cannot predict the result, but then the AI can uh, learn the patterns from the unsupervised learning. So machine learning have two components, that is supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Now, there is another aspect which is called as natural language processing, which is a subset of data. Now, natural language processing, the word itself talks about understanding of human language, interpreting the human language, or analyzing the human language. That is the basic uh, function of the natural language processing. Now, there is also a subset of programming under NLP. Now, whatever applications which we use nowadays, that Chat GPT or any other Claude, these are large language models. They actually process the language. So the basic of their functioning depends upon the large language modeling. Now, apart from machine learning, natural language processing, there is another concept which is called as deep learning. Now, deep learning is multi-layered learning of a computer system which mimics or tries to mimic the human brain. I think we can go to the slides which are going further.
Okay, sir.
Now, yeah, because the AI in legal profession, we have seen core components of AI, we have seen
Mhm.
AI reasoning in law, we have seen. Now we are talking about the machine learning.
Okay, sir.
Now, in machine learning, the computer learns the patterns, as well as computer also learns to give a predictive outcome. If there is a supervised data, then you can definitely predict what will be the outcome. But when the data itself is a unsupervised data, then you cannot predict outcome, but you can definitely predict the trends which are happening in the data. You can go to the next slide.
Yes.
Now, there is a supervised learning wherein training is known and outcome is known. There is unsupervised learning which identifies the hidden patterns, and there is a third kind of machine learning which is called as a trial and error learning. The computer itself learns from a given set of outcomes, and if that is having some errors, it will again refine its result. So that is called as reinforcement learning. We can go to next set. Now, deep learning is actually a multi-layered learning in which the machine learns as if they are mimics the human brain. Human brain have neuron network, and deep learning also creates a similar kind of neural networks, and wherein the multi-learning, multi-layer learning happens to the machine. Now, these kind of deep learning programs are used for analyzing the speech, image recognition, and understanding of the language. You can go to the next slide.
Yes.
Now, NLP is very important or basic aspect of AI or subset of AI. When all legal law is full of legal language. We we have plaints, we have written statements, we have judgments. Everything is into a text, which is a text processing actually. So in a law, we are actually processing the data which is in the form of text. So NLP is the basic programming of AI, which is majorly used in the legal field. So we can use it for contract analysis. We can use it for summarizing the judgments. Now, the go to the next slide. Now, the NLP technique of AI is also again have multiple sets of programming, wherein the text which is being used for natural language processing is actually first cleaned. When there are commas, full stops, they are removed from your sentence. If there are inverted commas, they are removed. The full stops or the unnecessary words are removed. That is called as cleaning of the text. And then the sentence is broken into simple words. That is called as tokenization. And if you say I am running, so it will be converted into run. That is called like steaming or limitation. So reducing word to its root form is being done programmatically. And it also recognizes the named entities like dates, places, name of a person, or name of an animal. So that is called as named entity recognition. Apart from that, the classification method is also implemented in NLP, wherein categorization of legal documents can be done by NLP by doing a text classification. Now, these kind of techniques are used in NLP for the purpose of understanding the text. Go to the next slide. Now, the we have seen how NLP program uses its subset for doing or understanding text, and that NLP can be used by for the purpose of analyzing the various judgments, summarizing the judgments, or various kinds of we can have summary of the judgments. Now these applications are being developed by various companies. For example, Westlaw, LexisNexis, and there are Ross Intelligence is also a platform in United States, wherein the legal research, the tools which are developed by various companies. Apart from that, NLP is also used for classification of contracts. Go to the next slide. For classification of the contracts, NLP is used to review the contracts, to identify the risky clauses, to identify the indemnity clauses, and also flag compliances related risk in contract review. Now, if we see the contract itself, the contract, various kinds of contracts are used in daily business transactions by companies, and they also execute various daily. They are in a business transaction. They have to execute multiple kinds of contracts, like non-disclosure contract or any kind of multiplicity of contract is there. In such cases, the contract generation tools are being developed by the companies, and through those tools, they can actually create contracts as per the requirement of the company. Now go to the next slide. Now, another field is the NLP is used for the purpose of analyzing the judgments and legal documents. We can extract key issues from the document. Now, the basic of the AI, which has been used in the document analysis, is natural language processing. So it identifies the proper reasoning of the court, or why the court has given this kind of judgment. So it can also identify where is the final decision, where is the ratio decidenda, where is the stare decisis in the judgment. So these kind of analysis can be done through the AI, and which is very helpful for a lawyer. Go to the next slide. Now, we have seen AI being used for various kinds of legal understanding, like document analysis, contract review. We can also use it for contract management. We can also use natural language processing for office management, or your litigation management, case management. Now, in the legal industry, we have seen that we are handling various kinds of data from the private people. When we take instructions from a client, we are actually taking data from the client. And if we are using artificial intelligence or any tool which is developed by any company, and then we have to be very specific about privacy rights of the client. We have to use the data very ethically, and we should not breach the privacy privacy in respect of that particular person.
Just a
Now,
minute. There's this
you can go to the slide of civil, the last slide which we have shown.
civil litigation. Is this right?
Yeah, civil litigation.
Okay. Is this visible?
Yeah, it is visible. Now, we have seen how AI has been developed, what kind of programming has been done in AI, and what is the advancement in the programming itself. Now, AI itself has been developed by, there is a chat GPT is there, then there are various kind of companies which are working on AI. They have their own which we call programs, and those programs are there, and which can be called, or when we prompt any particular tool, AI tool, that particular processor is called programmatically. Now, as far as civil litigation is concerned, we draft plaints. When we appear for defendant, we have to draft written statements. We have to identify the issues, or we have to also argue the interim applications, or organize the final legal arguments. For all these purposes, we can use AI prompts for the purpose of identifying how the plaint is to be drafted. We can also identify which law is applicable to a given set of facts in a civil litigation, and we can generate the drafts accordingly. Now, in a civil suit, from the start to the end, like from drafting of plaint or filing of a written statement, filing of evidence, identifying issues, or what are the previous precedents on the issue which are framed in your particular kind of case, what law is applicable, which kind of civil law is applicable, specific performance act is applicable, contract act is applicable, that all things, in all these aspects, AI can be used. AI can analyze the written statements. AI can analyze the evidence given by the parties in the civil suit. So, in civil litigation, we can use AI as a tool, and we should always remember that if if we in our office, if we are using AI as a tool, we should always remember this thing, that AI is a tool, And if it is being used by an assistant in an office, he should always presume that AI is an assistant to him. If it is used by a junior lawyer, he should always presume that the assistant is working as an AI is working as an assistant. If it is used by a junior lawyer, then he should always you should always supervise the AI. You should not blindly rely upon AI, because AI is always a program, and human interference or human supervision is always necessary when we use AI in litigation. Because of we being ignorant or we being over reliant upon AI, various kinds of issues are being raised nowadays. Then that we fire a prompt to AI that give me a judgment upon bail, wherein certain set of conditions are there. Now, because of since generative AI is also there, it can generate specific case law, or it can generate the new set of case law for according to your query. So that is called as hallucination. Because of not cross verifying the result generated by AI, many lawyers are facing the risk of contempt of court, or various bar councils are also considering to how to regulate the use of AI in litigation field. So therefore, we have to be very careful about using AI. We can go to the next slide. Now, in any criminal litigation also, we have to file a police complaint or FIR is there. Now there are allegations, there are sections applicable, the BNSS Act is there, and we can interpret all the sections and to the given set of facts, how to draft police complaint and how to analyze the FIR. All these things you can use the AI for summarizing the complaint or FIR or charge sheet. You can also analyze the statements given by the witnesses. You can detect the contradictions and admissions given by the witnesses during course of cross-examination. You can also prepare your own strategy for your own case. You can use AI for drafting bail applications. You can use AI into the strategizing your cross examination, or also you can use your AI by for the purpose of final arguments. Go to the next slide. Now, in property litigation also, the AI can generate the agreements. AI can generate the title search reports. It can identify the risks involved in the title of the documents. Now, because of the AI advancement and the technology, the work of the lawyer is being done in a fast speed. Like we can complete a task. Suppose you are taking 2 hours for a particular task, it can be completed in 1 hour. So at least 50 to 60% of the time can be saved if we use AI in a proper way. Now we can also use AI in a land matter. Next slide. In corporate litigation, as we talked about contract analysis, as we work in a practice, we see that there are litigation works as well as non-litigation work, and as there is also compliance related work. And AI can be used all for all these purposes. Now, go to the next slide. Now, how to interact with the AI is also one of the important aspect. We interact with all the whatever tools are available in the market by writing prompt to the AI. Now, there is a field called as prompt engineering. Now, as I told you initially, prompt is nothing but a command given to the machine. Now, this prompt has been now reached to the level of the human language, wherein natural language processing is the component of the AI which understands the human language, and the prompts are as good as requests given to a computer. So there are various kinds of techniques which can be used while giving prompt to the tool. Now, as far as prompt engineering is concerned, there are four basic aspects. We can go to the next slide. I'll tell you the four basic aspects while writing a prompt. You should always give what role is been assigned to the uh, tool, AI tool. Now you can always say act. Role assignment is very necessary. When you are drafting a civil plaint or something like that, you can say that please act like a senior advocate who is having say 20 years of practice in civil side of law. So that the role is very important. You have to give role to the computer. And apart from that role, you have to provide the context in which you want result. The context is giving a factual background. So role is one thing, another is context. You can also mention the set of rules like legal framework which is required to be utilized. You can mention relevant provisions of law, or you can also provide the framework in which it has to execute the prompt. Role, context, framework, and you can also uh, define the output which is going to be generated by the prompt. So these basic things which are required to be taken care of while writing prompt. Now we will see various kinds of legal prompts. And I'm going to share you the notes which I have created for the purpose of today's presentation. And it includes various kinds of legal research related prompts, including it includes how legal research is to be done, the prompt specifically designed for doing legal research. It includes prompt for drafting plaints. It includes prompt for identifying the legal issues which are there in your case. So various prompts I have given in the notes which will be shared with along with you, like how the written statement can be drafted, how the cross-examination prompt is to be developed, how the property documents can be drafted, how the criminal litigation related, how FIR can be analyzed. These kinds of prompts I am going to share with you. As far as civil practice is concerned, apart from that, arbitration related prompts are also been drafted, which will be shared with you. Now, apart from learning prompt engineering, we should also keep into mind that we have to use the AI by considering the various kinds of laws in respect of data privacy. There is a DPDC 2023 Act is there, which talks about the data privacy, and now the consent mechanism has been developed through the act, wherein while sharing any kind of data, the consent is required to be obtained. Now, in the legal fields, also we see there are some like uh, uh, law. So we see privacy related issues. There is in AI, there is also a privacy related issue. Algorithmic bias can also be there, and AI can also generate incorrect output. So we have to be very ethical while using AI for the purpose of practice. Now, law is always try to identify the risk and responsibilities. Whosoever is using AI, you cannot make machine responsible for generating incorrect outputs. So, therefore, responsible use of AI is very necessary. Go to another slide.
So should I move ahead or is this fine?
Yeah, it's fine. So as we have seen that as a lawyer, we can use the AI for various purposes, such as document review, contract analysis, due diligence, litigation related research. We can predict what will be the outcome of the case. We can analyze the risk in the case. So accordingly, we can consult with the client to settle the matter or not to settle the matter. The AI is used for management of the contracts. It can manage the contract life cycle. Yeah. So there are various kinds of uses in for lawyer which are there. Now, as of today, the central government had developed SUPES, is a Supreme Court portal for assistance in court efficiency. That has been developed, which has been used by judges for the delivery of the judgments, which assists the court in their efficiency. Another SUAS, Supreme Court Vidhi Anuvad software, that is also been developed by the central government. It it translates the judgments into the 19 languages. There are private software developers also which have uh, developed their Monupatra attorney AI. There's a co-pilot which works with the Microsoft 65. There is various kinds of tools now available. Recently, because of Claude Anthropic, the share markets have lost, the IT companies lost almost 20% of their share because of the development of the AI tool, which is being used by lawyers. This is called as co-work. The co-work has been made available at very lesser cost, which has been used by various companies. There are, as far as comparative cost, I can tell you, for contract analysis and contract generation, there are various kinds of tools available in America, which costs more than 20,000 per year, dollar per year. Now, because of this co-pilot co-work, that cost has been reduced to almost $200 per year. So, considering all these developments, the share market crashed. Almost 20% of the prices of the IT companies have crashed because of the development of the AI tool in legal field. So these are the facts which we should be aware about. And there are also various kinds of programming models used by the AI for, like, we can logical reasoning is there. There is a decision tree kind of method is there, and there is a logistic regression method. There is a gradient boosting method. There is a random forest method. These kind of programming methods are being used by the AI for analyzing the data. Now, what happens in AI is regularly learning the data which is being shared with them, and they are improving their results. So, model itself is getting trained on the basis of prompts which are being fired to them, and the improvement or the AI results are improved day by day. Now, go to next slide. Now, we have seen also how the Supreme Court has developed various kinds of AI tools which are used by them. So we are going into the digital age. We are will be having a digital evidence era, wherein all the documents will be in a digital format. and evidence will be also in a digital format. So electronic evidence is the latest field which is being developed. Now, the future, these are the, apart from the opportunities which are there are some challenges also. Now, if we see the data is being used from the client, we should always avoid the name specific data, or you should not share the client documents with the AI, so that you should not breach the privacy related rules. Now, even though today there is no law which governs AI, so there are copyright violations going on, and people are not able to sue. To whom they will sue? Like your voice can be mimicked. Your voice can be mimicked by the or similar voice as you talk, or yes, photos can be also generated. If you fire a prompt to any AI, it can generate the images of Amitabh Bachchan or various people. So all kind of privacy right violations are going on. Personal right violations are going upon. So music right violations are there, copyright violations are there. So there are no rules as of today which can govern the violations. So these risks are there. So the accountability and liability of the use of AI, that is again as of today is unregulated. Even though we have conducted AI summit, we don't have AI regulations available as of today. So artificial intelligence is required to be regulated in near future. I can foresee in near future, Bar Council of India might also come along with some rules to guide the AI. In future, we can see online uh, uh, court proceedings will happen online. The arbitration proceedings also can be resolved. Like online dispute resolution mechanisms are also under development, and there are some tools wherein you can use the online dispute resolutions also. So considering all these aspects, what I foresee is there are opportunities and there are risks also. So, considering the advent of technology, we used to, as I see, in 2000, year 2000, there were typewriters where manual typewriting used to be happening, and we used to draft our planes by using manual typewriter. Thereafter, computer technology took over. We have now ready-made drafts. Now AI will take over, and it will automate various tasks of the lawyer. But whatever free time is available to a lawyer, we should use it for improving our practice. Also, we can utilize our knowledge in the policy making era. So these kind of opportunities are there, but AI will certainly not take over the human being, because AI is AI is as we see, as we function in our daily life. We operate in office, we work as a lawyer, but then we go to home, then we have entire uh, family life there. So AI is used for uh, in the office for giving output in your office work. So I don't see that AI will take over. It will always create various kinds of opportunities. We should be ready to adopt the AI technology. We should be ready to analyze or learn the AI technology, how the technology is being developed, and how we can use the technology in future for development of our practices. Like I said to you that there are open general platform programs or compilers available, and today there are various programming companies, and many lawyers are also developing their own companies, wherein the open general program compilers of ChatGPT can be called, and you can have your own set of tool which can be used, or you can in office also you can develop your own tool for utilizing or creating your own space of data security. So these kind of aspects are there. for considering all these aspects, I find that AI will definitely improve the litigation and non-litigation as well as compliance related work of lawyers. And apart from that, it will also democratize the law because uh, as of today, uh, we have a setup wherein there are seniors, there are experts in a particular field, and there are junior lawyers, and there are people from rural area as well as people from city area who are having access to justice. But from rural area also people will get access to justice. And because of the advent of AI into the legal field, I see that there will be democratization of the legal services to all the citizens of India. Go to the next slide. Yeah. So I have talked about the various aspects of AI, the components of AI, the risks and privacy related issues which are there in AI. Also, I talked about how we can develop your own programs by using uh, open compilers available from ChatGPT as well as various other tools. You can also uh, have there are various tools available in the market which creates a kind of privacy or security kind of thing. There are various prompt engineering related prompts developed by many groups of lawyers for civil practice. Many groups of lawyers are concentrating on criminal practice. Many lawyers are coming together and developing the prompts for corporate practice. So these kinds of opportunities are been there available for all the lawyers because of advent of AI. I think I can sum up the today's sessions by thanking all of you and the Lawyers Development Forum as well as ma'am, you're there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm there. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 12 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was really an enriching session, and
And
I would, yes, sir.
1 minute. I am very much thankful to Lawyers Development Forum. Actually, Rajendra Anbhule sir invited me to give this lecture, and the Sachin Jhalte sir also invited me. So I thank both of you and the all the team of the Lawyer Development Forum, president, secretary, and all the committee members. And madam, I am also thankful to you for giving me the opportunity to discuss the AI and law today.
Yes.
Thank you.